This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We're here in Dublin. Delighted to be joined by a victorious Charlie Edwards. Charlie, back to winning weights, back to a fantastic performance, really.
Yeah, I'm happy, you know. I put a demon to bed tonight, fighting a Mexican. Since the Julio Cesar Martinez days, it's held a deep, dark thought in the back of my mind for a very long time. And getting a Mexican opponent, a tough game, strong one, who's had some great wins against some great fighters, it was a step in the right direction. Back at my weight, super flyweight, back at a weight that I probably should have been for many of years, but I didn't go back down because I had that trauma of making the flyweight limit, and it fucking fried my head out. And then I obviously had him fail a drug test on me and all that craziness. So it was a step in the right direction. I feel like I'm on the path to where I need to be now, moving in the right direction with potentially some massive fights ahead of me. So yeah, punch perfect performance, flawless performance, done what I had to do, showed what I'm about. And you know, like I'm secure within myself. You know, I'm not going to stand there and just entertain the fans all the time. I'm not going to risk things all the time. I'm going to box, and I'm going to make people miss and make people pay, because I'd be a fool to stand there and have a trade and a tear up with a Mexican. And I know my ability, I know my worth, and big fights are ahead now.
I was just speaking to Swifty, and he's kind of said about this open scoring tonight. Did you know? Was you being told as well?
Yeah.
Like, was Stephen telling you this is the scores?
Yeah, of course. I think that's great. The great corner man to do that. You know, like, we're in a fight, we need to know how it was being scored. You know, I was up like 7 rounds to 1 on 2 of the scorecards. I was winning by a mile, and one of the judges, I don't know who the hell was judging that, but that was a crazy score. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, look, 6-4. So one more round, then you've scored it a draw.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Come on, I controlled him the whole way through. He's swinging from the ground and making him miss like stupid and hitting him with clean shots. So yeah, I knew I was up. So like last round, I'm not going to do nothing stupid. You know, I'm not going to go out there and just let my hands go like a fool. And let's be honest, he could punch, he could whack, like all these Mexicans, they can, and that's what they want. So I wasn't going to give that to him. Like, at the end of the day, I'm 32 years of age. I've been in fights and I've hardly took any punishment. So that's why I will have a long career, and that's why I'm still fresh now. Because I'm not a person who stands in the phone box and takes punches for no reason. And with big fights and big dangerous opponents ahead of me, why am I going to take time off my career in the dangerous fights where there is going to be times where it's going to be real dangerous? So I'm happy with myself. I'm back to winning ways. And I didn't show any bit of nerves, no bit of uncomposure from coming off a loss, even though I didn't really deem the last one as a loss. It wasn't the most entertaining fight, but we're at the weight that I should be at, and that's super flyweight.
Look, on the broadcast, you said big fights only. Yeah. What are those big fights at Superfly?
Well, obviously, like the king of the division's Bam Rodriguez. All respect him, an absolute king. But like, do I want to fight him? Of course I want to fight him. I want to fight the best, you know. He beat my brother. There's always going to be history between us, you know what I mean? And he's a potential big name out there and a massive fight. People will sit here and laugh and call me deluded, but you've got to be deluded in this game to become successful. He's already talking about moving up weight, so maybe he's getting tight at the weight, which could benefit me. And he's not fought no one like me who can move their feet like I do, you know. So it would call for an interesting fight, you know. I've had different fighters at every different level. I fought General Casemiro, Martinez, who failed a drug test in the fight that I fought. I fought Andrew Kane, who's the big monster at bantamweight that no one wants to step in the ring with, you know. And now I've just beat a Mexican. I beat some great fighters on my resume throughout the years. So I've had all the lessons I've had to throughout my career. So I'm only interested in getting the big fights. I'm only interested in being in championship fights. Like, I could have took an easy fight tonight to come back and look $1 million and get someone I could knock out. Do you know what I mean? But no, I wanted a hard fight against a hard opposition who's going to bring something out of me that's going to improve me for the next fight. So yeah, with whoever, I'm in the super flyweight division for big fights. I'm in there for the biggest in the world, and I don't care where it is. If it's going to Tokyo, if it's going to fight Bam, Martinez, if he loses against Bam, they're all out there. But off the back of tonight, I'll be in the top 10 in the world. Thank God to Mauricio Solomon for allowing me to fight for such another prestigious title. And yeah, big thanks to Nissa and Keller Sauerland for believing in me and trusting in me, and having faith in me to know that I'm going to go back to the top. And yeah, I'm 32, but I'm a very young 32. I had many years of inactivity, and now I'm back. The King of the Flies is back.
Last one, away from boxing. Got a 4-year-old at home. Back to Portugal tomorrow. Look forward to spending a bit of time being dad.
Yeah, 100%. You know, the last 3 weeks I've spent away from my little one. I've missed her really dearly, and I can't wait to get home and give her a big cuddle, you know. She's at the age where she's sending me voice notes, always wanting to be on the phone to me, so it makes it a little bit easier, but yeah, I've really missed her. Time goes too quick.
Charlie, thank you very much, mate. Congratulations, and yeah, enjoy some time, mate. Thank you very much. Just picking this back up, one thing we did forget to talk about, Charlie, is 6 days ago, your man NUMEIRO, he took on Joey ESSEX, didn't get the decision, in which was, to be fair, let's have it right, the level weren't the best, but it was an all-out war, so it was brilliant.
Do you know, it was like getting an award, isn't it? The Misfits getting an award, so you've got to give it to both men, credit to them, take your hat off to them. They all laid it on the line, and they put it on, but there was no way on earth that NUMEIRO got beat.